Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Political Progress, a series where we invite different municipal, provincial, and federal politicians to come answer our questions. Today's guest is the Member of Provincial Parliament, Stéphane Sarrazin. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, of course. It's always fun to have you here. So the first question I have for you today is, you recently, earlier this week, you attended the AMO conference in Ottawa. Could you tell us about your experience there?
Yeah, the AMO conference is a good opportunity for municipal leader to meet with the provincial government and, kind of go there and ask about different projects, about funding. So it's a great opportunity. We had we have 8 municipalities in Prescott-Russell, 1 in North Glengarry. So all of them had something to ask or questions. So some of them is to thank the provincial government for past funding. So It's a great opportunity for municipal leader and for me to get closer to my municipal leader, which I'm already close and I'm talking with them often. But no, it's great to meet with the minister. And we have also a minister forum there, the minister's forum, who's everybody in the attendance can ask questions to our minister. So
that's great.
Great opportunity.
And has there been any of the municipalities here that asked you for funding or?
Yeah, actually, pretty much all municipalities need funding. And we're lucky enough to have some municipality that got some funding and other programs are just coming out. So they're going to be probably applying for different funding through different ministry in the near future, in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Do you know what they applied funding for, some of these municipalities?
Well, some of the municipality of Clarence-Rockland with Nation, they've been asking for infrastructure funds, which they got, and I think we're going to maybe talk about that in the interview. But some other municipality, we just have different funding from different ministry. One of the funding, for example, is sport complex and sports infrastructure. So there's going to be a $200 million available for municipalities. So, for example, we've got Russell Township, who's building a $100 million sports complex.
Oh, wow.
So they are eligible to get up to $10 million. And there's small municipalities like Nation, who's they have to invest money in their arena, the ice system. So it's a good opportunity. And we got different little projects all around the riding when it comes to sport infrastructure.
Yeah. For the $200 million you just mentioned, do you get to kind of oversee what the municipalities are using it on?
Usually what we do is when municipality do apply for the funding, so they send us copy as the member of provincial parliament. And of course, we're trying to push for our municipality to get the funding. But at the end of the day, depending on what's the need of because we got 444 municipalities across Ontario. So some of the funding, like $200 million, for example, is not that much because it costs so much these days to buy, to build a new arena. But it will help. And we've got different funding. For example, the infrastructure funding that was given to Nation and Clarence-Rockland was part of a $970 million funding.
Oh, wow.
So depending on the project, it's nice to see that, and it's all for the same reason, to try to get more house build and offer the service that is needed for these.
And you briefly mentioned that the Nation and Clarence-Rockland asked for money for infrastructures regarding their water quality, and they did receive $18 million. How will that benefit the community?
Yeah, so they actually received $18.8 million, which is almost $19 million. And this will provide water capacity, better water capacity, more water capacity, of course, water quality also. But it will bring water to some of the town like Limoges. So now, it's harder to get a good water source, and the Ottawa River is a good water source. So now both municipalities working together to get water capacity right up to the 417.
Wow.
So
that's great.
It's a nice project, and I'm glad we did manage to get that. The project, like I said, close to $19 million is funded by the province, and for that phase 2, that's $25 million project approximately.
Yeah, and also earlier this month you attended the Highland Games.
Yes.
Did you have fun? Was it a fun experience?
It was a fun experience, and it's one of the largest in North America. If it's not I'm not sure about worldwide, but it's amazing to see a town like Maxville, who's probably got a population of 800, and then becomes like a place that you host like 20,000 people. It was great. I mean, it's a good tradition, and to see the involvement of the community, and no, it's really good for tourism industry, and it's good for the area for sure.
Yeah. Do you think more small communities should have traditions like this?
I mean, they should all have like big events like that, but at the same time, I mean, it's a lot of organization. I mean, I gotta congratulate these guys. They've been, doing it for so long, and to have the people, it takes a lot of resource. I was like amazed by how many people got involved in these kind of events. It's amazing.
Yeah. There's also the announcements that there will be some cuts when it comes to the school buses for this upcoming school year there. What do you have to say to the parents that are concerned about getting their children to school?
Yeah, first of all, we're working with the Ministry of Education to see if we can, get more funding. And of course, last thing we want to do is make it less secure for kids. But at the same time, we're trying to get answer, and we got some answer. And we met with school boards, trustees, and we did ask some question, because we got more funding this year than we got like the year before. So I think we increased the funding by 4% And why all of a sudden, we can deal with that kind of money? I'm not sure. We're getting a lot of questions. We're asking the ministry to get involved in trying to find a good formula, because now more than ever, we got some small gray buses, these minivan, I think we got more on the roads than actually yellow buses. So is there a way we can reconfigure the whole thing? Because I'm not sure. It's about like maybe being more efficient. And at the end of the day, they've changed like the distance. But it's all the school board trustees' decision. If they feel like, there's no sidewalk, and some areas might be more problematic when it comes to winter. So at the end of the day, it's the school board and consortium decision to do what they want with it. They got a budget, and they got to work with it.
Yeah, because especially in like rural areas like Prescott-Russell, it can be dangerous to shorten the zone that buses pick up, because, it's not everywhere that there's a sidewalk and things like that. Because of that, some parents will have to take their kids to daycare and stuff like that. Are you guys planning on making daycare cheaper, or trying to make that more accessible for parents?
Actually, got some announcement out that we're hoping to make it even cheaper. And I think it was like a couple of weeks ago that they say we're going, transitioning towards the $10 a day daycare. So that's good news, because it's like both federal government, provincial government gets together for the funding. So hopefully we're going that route.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's also been the announcement that $11.7 million has been put into helping young parents. Can you talk to us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for this region, it was $95,000 increase to the Eastern Ontario Health Unit, and they've got that program. And I remember I have like two daughters. When they were newborn, the Eastern Ontario Health Unit will send a nurse at home and, try to help the parents in the process and kind of guide them, because there's nothing... there's no instruction booklet for having kids, and it can be complicated at times for a new family, for new parents.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Is there anything you're trying to push forward for this coming year?
We're trying to get more funding, of course, for some of our municipalities, getting more project. Of course, our main, we always have the same priorities as the cost of living, to make life more affordable for the people of Ontario. We've got like gas tax, we've got like license fees, and we're hoping, we can come with something else to, we're trying to cut a lot of red tape. We're trying to invest in infrastructure so we can build more homes, so it becomes maybe more accessible, and have like young families reach their dream of home ownership, because now it's so hard for young families to you need almost $100,000 of down payment
really
to buy a house.
expensive.
It is. So we're working on this, trying to do our best. Absolutely.
Well, those are all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel for more local news.